hoping that the rain, well, it looks like it's going to rain anyways. Hoping that the rain doesn't affect me making a video like this. Wanted to give you guys a kind of a different view today. I've got a lot on my mind that's bothering me. It's kind of a, it's not me, okay? It's not me. It's other people that I get to thinking about. It's the scared and unprepared. And I figured I'd go for a walk around and give you guys kind of a 360 view of everything. And if your phone is pointed in the wrong direction, you just got to turn it around. I have no control over which direction you're coming from. I'm not even sure how I want to get around here. If I want to go through this section or maybe back through that section, because it's all cool. I mean, you can either go either way through these sections of woods. I just hope that I don't run into another racer snake. One of them things chased me. Racer snake. Look it up. It's all black. I'll go through here. It's all black and it's really shiny. The kids like to hang out right here. This is their little hangout spot. I just got to make sure I stay clear of the yellow jackets and everything. We sort of come through in and out through here. I guess what I want to talk about. All right. I know I get sidetracked and start talking about, well, where am I going? Oh, cool spider web, yeah. So, what I want to focus on is I watched a movie. It was, actually it was a TV show from, in one of the episodes, here we go, one of the episodes from Twilight Zone. I'll get into that one first. There's deer tracks. They're right there. I don't know if you probably can't see that. There's some deer tracks around here. Well, Twilight Zone. The episode was Shelter. You guys can look that up after I get off of here. Well, it's called Shelter. And what was discussed in Shelter, you know, his friends were always doing these parties. They were doing these big events and card playing and everything else and having so much fun all the time, while he was getting his family prepared for what's to come. Just gotta check for, sometimes I find turtles out here, more snakes, or I sink into more mud. This is all part of the water filtering system. It filters all of this through and makes the natural spring, but it comes from further up right here. I try to get through here with the bush hog as much as I can. Well, here's the thing. If you think about that episode, if any of you have ever watched it, what is the key things that you learn from that? I mean, it's everyone trying to break down that door. His friends. It was all of his friends. And this goes back to all of my friends. You know, I love my friends, don't get me wrong. My friends and family. And me, I'm on a different level when it comes to preparedness. I try to focus on my friends and my family, not just my family. I try to think about everyone that I can, because if it's got to go down like Noah's Ark, I'd rather take as many allies, many useful hands as possible with me, instead of going out alone. I don't want to go out alone. You can't do everything by yourself. The thought here is, I might come up this way a little bit. I gotta work my way down. I might go around, I'm not sure. Something like that. Let's go this way. This whole area, I could just walk the whole field if I want. Sometimes I like to come out here and just kind of look for, we get turtles and all kind of stuff. We have turkeys that just sit and lay down in our yard and soak up the sun. I don't know what they're doing. I have a whole flock of those things just chilling in the backyard. Deer, all that stuff. A whole bunch of critters. But they get a warning in that video, in that skit. They get a warning. The president announced that we're under attack, and you know, that kind of thing, right? And he starts to gather everything up. His wife's starting to get frantic and fill up the water containers. And she drops one on the floor. And the guy runs up and he says, you know, think of, at this point you need to think of that water as if it's a $100 bottle of perfume or something, right? Some real expensive perfume, because there might be a chance that there won't be any more water, okay? There won't be any more water or this and that, you know, that kind of thing. But that's a different type of thing. This isn't like the pandemic situation that we have going on right now. This is a nuclear war, right? That's the way they put it on that scale. I got blackberries. I got raspberries. Y'all want a blackberry? There's some blackberries. Those are good. They're all over the place. They run in rows. Some more back here. Boys, the fat ones. Look at these guys. Get them splinters in my back. They're all over the place. We come out here and pick them and can them. Oh gosh, it's good. Oh man, I love blackberries. Raspberries are good too. They're kind of wangy. I got a few of them out here. I don't think that they're quite ready to go. Here's one. There you go. There's your raz. A whole bunch of them back there. That one's really tart. Woo! Anyway, so the thing is, they're loading all this stuff up, right? Looking for light bulbs and everything. You guys can go back and watch that episode. It's really good. You really take, and I think the one moment you really get something out of that skit is just before he's about to get in the shelter, and he's trying to explain it to his friend that's tugging on him. He's like, you gotta let me in, man. You gotta let me in. You gotta let me. I can't watch my wife and kids die this way. And he says, you should have thought more about it. You should have focused more about it when you were shoving, you know, when you were sitting there playing cards, when you were sitting there drinking beer and getting drunk and having a good time while you, ooh, look at this massive one. I hope y'all can see this. I gotta tell the wife. She's gotta come up here and pick this. That one was loaded. You should have thought about that. Instead of focusing on having a good time, you should have been preparing. And he says, you can have my basement. They didn't want the basement. He had a shelter. He had a shelter. They wanted that shelter. And he told them no. But they tried to tear it down. All of them show up. That's my rooster. They try to tear the door down, right? You know, they're trying to tear it. They're going, he's got a shelter and he's not letting us in, and he should, because he has a shelter. He's our friend. He should let us in. No, you should have been prepared. This doesn't mean that just because I have, and there's a buddy's tractor, you can't sit there and say, you know, because you have, just because I go and get myself prepared doesn't mean that I have to. And calling the street together to come raid the place. Well, after the door gets tore down, the place is useless. They call the whole thing off. It was a false alarm. And in the end, what do they say? In the end, it comes to, oh, there he goes. Hey, brother. Yeah. And in the end, it comes to learning what humans are really like, right? Learning what humans are really like. Because you really learn something from their actions when people start really being human. When people really start being human,